Today's story is about a stepdaughter who absolutely despises her stepmom, and she finds out that her stepmom is actually cheating on her father, but she doesn't tell her dad right away. She decides to go collect evidence from her phone, send the text messages back to her phone, and set her up to be trapped by the dad. And yes, the dad eventually finds out, but guys, this all happens in the first post. There's 2 updates that come with this story, and let me tell you, update number 2 might just knock your socks off with this crazy twist I did not see coming. I, 32 female, have been married to my husband Mark for 3 years. He's got a daughter, Chloe, who's 14, from his first marriage. Mark's a good guy, works long hours at a warehouse, always makes sure that we've got groceries from Aldi's, and takes Chloe to her soccer games at Goble Park. I'm not her mom, but I try to be there for her. Yeah, I packed her lunches, drive her to school when Mark is on night shifts, and sit through her games even though I'm tired. Chloe's tough. She's got this attitude, always rolling her eyes, slamming doors and muttering under her breath. I get it, she's a teenager and her real mom's not in the picture, so I try to be patient, but it's hard. Here's where I messed up. Like, really messed up. About a year ago, I started feeling invisible. Mark's always working or dealing with Chloe's drama, and I'm just there. I work doubles at Texaco, come home, cook dinner, clean up, and fall into bed. We barely talk anymore, let alone, I started chatting with this guy, Jake, he's 34, who I met at Starbucks drive-thru on Burkhart. He's a regular, always there when I'm grabbing coffee before my shift. He's charming, funny, makes me feel like I'm more than just a tired stepmother. One thing led to another, and we started texting, then meeting up. Then, I cheated. It's been going on for 6 months, and I know it's wrong. I know. I'd lie awake at night hating myself, but I couldn't stop. Jake made me feel alive again. I thought I was careful. I'd met Jake when Mark was working nights or when Chloe was at soccer practice. I'd delete texts, clear my call history, everything but Chloe. She's smarter than I gave her credit for. Last month, she started acting weird. Staring at me during dinner, asking random questions like, why do you always leave your phone face down? Or who's texting you at 10 p.m.? I brushed it off, said it was work, but she wasn't buying it. 2 weeks ago, I came home from running errands, aka seeing Jake, and Chloe was waiting in the living room, arms crossed, looking like she wanted to burn a hole through me. She'd gone through my phone, and I'd forgotten to lock it up one night, and she saw everything. Texts, pictures, even a stupid heart emoji I sent Jake. She didn't yell, didn't cry, just said, "Does Dad know you're a cheater?" My heart dropped. I begged her not to tell Mark and said it was a mistake, that I'd end it with Jake, and she just stared at me and said, "You're disgusting," then stormed off. I thought that was it, that she'd keep quiet if I stopped seeing Jake, and I tried to break it off, I really did. But Jake kept texting, saying he loved me, and I caved. We met up one more time. Last night, everything exploded, and Mark and I were eating dinner, DiGiorno pizza, same as always, and Chloe was picking at her food silent, and out of nowhere she literally says this, "Dad." Her, she's been sneaking around with some guy, right? Mark laughed at first, thought she was joking, but Chloe pulled out her phone and showed him screenshots. Yeah, she saved them from my phone, sent them to herself, and there I was texting Jake, calling him babe, all of it. Mark's face, I can't even describe it. He looked like I stabbed him. He didn't yell, just asked, "Is this true?" I tried to lie, said it was a misunderstanding, but Chloe kept going, saying how I've been lying for months and how I begged her to stay quiet. Mark gets up, grabs his keys, and just leaves. Didn't say a word. Chloe looked at me and said, "You deserve this," then went to her room. I tried to talk to her, but she slammed the door in my face, and I've been texting Mark nonstop, but he's not answering. I don't know where he is, maybe at his brother's in Newburgh, maybe a hotel. I'm terrified he's done with me, that I've lost everything. I keep thinking about how I used to bring Chloe to Arby's after her games, how she would smile when I got her extra sauce, and now she hates me. I don't blame her, but it hurts. I know that I'm the bad guy here. I cheated. I lied. I broke my family. But part of me is so mad at Chloe. I mean, she's 14. She didn't have to blow up our lives like this. She could have talked to me, given me a chance to fix it. Now I'm sitting here alone, wondering if I'm about to lose my marriage, my home, everything. I don't even know why I'm posting this. I guess I just need someone to tell me. Something. Am I the worst person alive? Can I fix this? Should I try to talk to Chloe, guys? I'm just so lost. Edit. Forgot to mention Chloe's been extra moody lately because her mom reached out after years of no contact, and I think that's why she's so angry. But I don't know. Also, sorry for rambling. I'm a complete mess. Guys, I just want to say this before we hop into the first update. A lot of the commenters that I'm reading, they're like, hey, OP, you're acting like you're the victim here. Hello, you're the one who's cheating. You're the one who's being such a horrible stepmother by potentially ruining your family's life, and it doesn't have anything to do with your stepdaughter's behavior. Here is the problem comment of the post. It says, you're the a-hole, and it doesn't even begin to cover it. You're not just a cheater, you're a liar who dragged a child into your mess. Chloe is 14, dealing with her mom popping back up, and you expect her to cover for your disgusting affair. You sound like my narcissistic ex, always playing the victim when you're the one wrecking everyone's lives. Classic avoidance attachment style, running to some Starbucks guy instead of facing your own issues. As somebody who's been the kid in a blended family, I can tell you Chloe's never going to trust you ever again. And she shouldn't. You're not her mom, you're barely a stepmother, and now you're blaming her for your choices? Get therapy, leave that poor girl alone, and let Mark find somebody who actually respects him. You're disgraceful. Guys, do you feel the same way? Drop a comment down below. Let's talk about this. I have to know your thoughts on it. There's an update we're about to hop into, and it looks like this update came just a few days after the original post. Here it is, update number 1. I posted a few days ago about cheating on my husband, Mark, and how my stepdaughter Chloe found out and told him. I didn't expect so many responses. Some of you were kind and some not so much. I get it. I messed up bad. I'm back in my Honda Civic, parked outside the same Starbucks on Burkhart, because I can't stand being in our apartment. It's too quiet and Chloe glares. They're killing me. I grab a coffee, but it's just sitting here cold while I type this. I'm a wreck. And things have gotten so much worse. Thank you to those guys who gave me advice, even the harsh ones. I needed to hear it. So, after Mark left that night, he did not come home for 2 days. I was losing my mind, texting him, calling, leaving voicemails, and Chloe wouldn't talk to me. She would just stay in her room, blasting music, or leave for soccer practice without a word. I tried to act normal, made her breakfast, she didn't eat it, packed her lunch, she threw it out. I felt like a ghost in my own home. Finally, Mark texted me to meet him at his brother's house in Newburgh. I drove there, brakes squealing the whole way, praying that he's given me a chance to explain. When I got there, Mark simply looked broken. He said that he's been staying with his brother, trying to figure out what to do. He asked me to tell him everything, no lies, and I broke down. Told him about Jake, how it started, how I felt invisible, and I swore it was over, that I cut Jake off for good. Mark just listened, didn't interrupt, but his hands were shaking. Then he dropped a bomb. Chloe didn't just tell him about the affair, she told him that she's been talking to her real mom Lisa for months behind our backs. Lisa has been texting Chloe saying she wants to be in her life again, and Chloe's been begging to live with her. This hit me like a truck. I knew Lisa reached out recently, but I didn't know Chloe was secretly planning to leave. Mark said Chloe's been struggling with me as her stepmother, feeling like I replaced her mom, and finding out about Jake was the last straw. She told Mark that she doesn't feel safe with me and that I'm a liar who will hurt him again. I was sobbing, trying to explain that I love Chloe, that I've tried so hard to be there for her, but Mark said she doesn't want you in her life anymore. He's thinking about letting Chloe stay with Lisa for a while, maybe permanently. Well, then it gets worse. Mark said that he's not sure that he can stay married to me. He said that he still loves me, but every time he looks at me, he sees the text messages, the lies. He asked for space, said that he's staying with his brother a bit longer. I begged him to try counseling to give him a chance to fix this, but he just shook his head and said, I don't know if I can trust you again. I drove home crying so hard I almost ran a red light. When I got back, Chloe was in the living room and I lost it. I didn't yell, but I told her that she did not have to ruin everything, that she could have talked to me instead of showing Mark those screenshots. She screamed at me. Said I'm not her mom, that I'm a homewrecker, who doesn't deserve her father. She said that she's been miserable living with me, that she hates me, how I act, everything's fine when I'm sneaking around. Then she said something that broke me. I hope Dad divorces you and you end up alone. I just stood there stunned as she ran to her room. I haven't even slept since. I keep replaying every single thing in my head. How I should have ended things with Jake sooner. How I should have noticed Chloe was struggling, and how I should have been honest with Mark. I reached out to Jake and told him it's over for good, and I blocked him. I'm trying to give Chloe space, but it's hard when we're in the same apartment. I'm terrified she's going to move in with Lisa, who's been absent for years and might not even be stable. I'm terrified Mark's done with me. I'm terrified I've lost the only family I have. I'm thinking about writing Chloe a letter, apologizing, explaining I never meant to hurt her. I don't know if it'll help or make things worse. I also found a therapist through my Texaco benefits, and I'm starting sessions next week, and I do want to fix it, but I don't know if I can. Did I ruin Chloe's life? Is Mark right to let her go to Lisa? Am I just done? I'm lost. Edit. Forgot to say, Lisa's got a history of being flaky. Mark said that she's been in and out of rehab, which is why I'm worried about Chloe going to her. Also, thanks for the messages, even the mean ones. I'm reading everything. Oh man, there's still a whole nother update coming, and let me just say, this one comment, they don't like OP very much. It says, wow, you're a piece of work. You cheat on your husband, you lie to his face, and then have the audacity to blame a 14-year-old for calling you out. Chloe's not your therapist, she's a kid, dealing with her mom's abandonment, and you made her carry your dirty secret. You sound like someone similar to me, my ex-stepmother, always playing the martyr while messing everyone over. Classic narcissistic move, cheat, get caught, cry about how you're the victim. As someone who's been in Chloe's shoes, I can tell you she's better off with her mom. Even if Lisa's not perfect, then with you, a lying stepmother who cannot keep it together, you don't deserve Mark, and not Chloe either. I hope they both cut you off for good. Grow up and stop dragging kids into your drama. Alright guys, it seems like the majority of these comments are totally against OP, and they're like, hey, you're pretending to be this victim when in reality you're the one that caused all these problems. Do you guys agree with this, or do you think, you know what, everybody makes mistakes, and OP did say that she wasn't as close to her husband as she used to be, and that's why she cheated. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys. We're going to jump into the final update. Here it is. Update number 2. Yeah, I never thought I'd be back here, but I do owe you all one last update. I'm still in my Honda Civic, parked outside my apartment off Green River Road in Evansville, sipping a cold Starbucks coffee I grabbed on Burkhart. My brakes are squealing, and I'm eating Arby fries that basically taste like cardboard. It's been a week since my last post, and holy crap, things took a turn I never saw coming. I'm shaking as I type this, trying to process it. Sorry, this is all over the place. I'm a wreck. Since my last update, I was trying to hold it together. Mark was still at his brother's in Newburgh, barely talking to me, and Chloe was giving me the silent treatment, staying in her room or at soccer practice at the park, and I started therapy through my Texaco benefits, like I said, and my therapist told me to focus on owning my mistake, the affair with Jake, and giving Mark and Chloe the space they need. So I wrote Chloe a letter, apologizing for everything, betraying her trust, and lying, really, making her feel unsafe. I slipped it under her door, but she never mentioned it. I was starting to think I lost them both for good. Then, 3 days ago, Mark asked to meet at our apartment, and I was nervous, thinking he was going to ask for a divorce. When he walked in, he looked exhausted, like he hadn't slept in days. We sat at the kitchen table, same place that we used to eat that yummy DiGiorno pizza together, and he said that he's been doing a lot of thinking. He said that he was hurt, but he didn't want to throw away our marriage without a try. He agreed to couples counseling, which felt like a miracle. I cried, and I promised I would do whatever it took to rebuild the trust. He also said Chloe was still talking to her mom, Lisa, but he wasn't sure about letting her move in with her given Lisa's history, in and out of rehab. Here's where it gets wild. That same night, I was cleaning the apartment trying to keep busy, and I found an old shoebox in the back of our closet. It was Mark's. stuffed with papers from his first marriage to Lisa. I know I shouldn't have snooped, but I was desperate for answers about why Chloe was so drawn to her mom now. Inside, I found divorce papers, old letters, and a paternity test. My heart stopped. It was dated a year after Chloe was born, and it said Mark is not her biological father. I sat there, staring at the paper, feeling like the floor was dropping beneath me. Mark never told me. Chloe doesn't know. I don't think Lisa even knows Mark got the test done. The letter attached said Mark suspected Lisa cheated during a rough patch in their marriage, got the test secretly, and decided to raise Chloe as his own anywho, because he loved her. I was reeling. Here I was, the cheater, judging Lisa, and now this? It felt like the universe was simply laughing at me. I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to confront Mark, but how could I? I'd been sneaking around with Jake, lying to his face, and now I found his secret by snooping? I spent 2 days spiraling, barely sleeping, wondering if I should tell Chloe, tell Mark I know, or just pretend I never saw it. My therapist is saying secrets like this can destroy a family, but telling the truth could hurt Chloe even more. She's already dealing with her mom's return and my betrayal. Yesterday, I couldn't hold it in. I met Mark at the park, away from Chloe. I told him I found the test. His face went white, like I punched him. He admitted it was true. Lisa had an affair, and he found out Chloe wasn't his when she was a baby. He never told anyone, not even Lisa, because he didn't want to lose Chloe or disrupt her life. He said he's always seen her as his daughter, no matter what, and I was crying, saying I was sorry for snooping for everything. Then I asked if he planned to tell Chloe, especially now that she's talking to Lisa. Mark said he's terrified. Chloe's already fragile, and learning this could, literally break her. But he also said Lisa's been pushing to see Chloe more. He's worried Lisa might know the truth and tell her first. We agreed we need to tell Chloe before that happens, but we don't know how. We're meeting with the family therapist tomorrow to figure out a plan. Mark's also angry I went through his stuff, which I get it. I've broken his trust again, even if it was for different reasons. As for us, counseling started next week, but this paternity thing is like a bomb between us. I'm trying to be honest, but I feel like a hypocrite. Calling out Lisa's cheating when I did the same? Chloe is still barely speaking to me, though she did say thank you for the letter, which is something. I'm terrified for her, for what this truth will do to her, and I keep thinking about how I brought Arby's to her for after her soccer games, how she would laugh when I get her that little extra sauce that she loves, and now I might have to ruin her world? I don't know what's next, I truly don't. I'm trying to be better, for Mark, for Chloe, for myself, but this secret is bigger than my affair, and I don't know if we'll survive it. I'm not sure if I'll update again. This feels like the end of the road. Thank you for listening. Even the ones who ripped me apart, I deserved it. Edit. Forgot to mention I cut off all contact with Jake for good. I blocked him everywhere. Also, sorry for the novel. I'm just overwhelmed. Wow. That was the final post that OP did. It is kind of a cliffhanger if we don't know if they told Chloe or not. But there is one comment that is going to get to the bottom of it one way or the other. This comment says this. You're an absolute train wreck. First you cheat on your husband, lie to him and a child, and now you're digging through his private papers like some wannabe detective. You're not the victim here, so stop acting like it. Chloe's going to be scarred for life because of you. And now this paternity test that you just uncovered, I mean, come on. You sound like an ex, always stirring up drama to make yourself the center of attention. And a narcissist can't handle not being the main character. As someone who grew up with a step-parent who pulled crap like this, I'm begging you, leave this family alone. Mark and Chloe deserve better than your nonstop chaos. You're not fixing anything, you're just making it worse. Guys, I want to end it with that. Do you think if OP tells Chloe, it's going to make things way worse? Or do you think, no, Chloe actually deserves to know that the man she thought was her father is not her father? What would you do? Let me know in the comments section down below. Would you tell Chloe, or would you just let it go since it's already been 14 years and she doesn't even know? Let me know your thoughts, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want 2 daily videos every single day, all you gotta do is subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And of course, remember, it's cool to be kind. Peace.